Conservation of Chautan Stupa by Community Initiative at Kya Village, Ladakh. My name is Sheikh Intikhab Alam, and I'm teaching in Department of Architecture, Jamia Millia Islamia. Architecture of Ladakh. Local traditional wisdom had made sure that not only in Ladakh, but more broadly to say, in the Himalayan regions, it has always been based on the knowledge, and it had no books written on the construction method process till late, and the rules fixing the proportions of images and stupas do not extend to temples and monasteries only. Ladakh houses had a well traditional wisdom of making, and most of the houses that are built in Ladakh are made by the people who are living there, and they had carried out this traditional wisdom for a very long time. The villages in Ladakh, they situated in the barren scenery of Ladakh's valley. Villages stand out from great distance. Vegetation might be sometimes the only vertical signs which introduce an agricultural village. The Chautan, uh, which is the local name for stupa, and other man-made structure are the recognizable elements of landscapes in most of the part. And all they are positioned at different uh, areas depending on the requirement of the people over there. Chautan, stupa. These are basic. Uh, there are three basic reasons why these stupas are made. First and foremost reason is for the burials of stupas. The second is the commemorative, and the third is for the accumulative merit of the Buddha in the past. So these are made for various purposes, but the main reason is to provide shelter, and people believe that making of these stupas, uh, these stupas will save the villages, will save will save the settlements from uh, natural calamities, and that's why they are positioned in different parts of the settlement. Sometimes they are also they might be positioned in the initial or the beginning of the village, and sometimes they can also be found on the four side of the villages as well. So depending on the separate settlement pattern, these stupas are built at various uh, uh, points of the settlement, and these form the major part of the landscape of Ladakh. And you can find many of these structures while on the road, while on the settlement, while entering on the settlement, while you see a water body. So these structures, they had been part of the settlement of Ladakh for a very long time. Uh, the other reason that is belief of making of these stupas are that they are related to like three major elements, which is the body, spirit, and the mind. Stupas representing the mind of the Buddha. So we can understand that the significance of these stupas in the valley, and majorly people in the valley, they had been associating themselves with these stupas over a period of time. So it is not the structure of the stupa, rather it is also the content of the stupa which is important for the people, and the people of Ladakh are conserving these stupas for a very long time now. So so this is the introduction to the village Gaya, where the Chautan uh, is placed, of which the conservation was done. So just to introduce where the village is, it's located south of Leh, around 73 kilometers on the Manali Leh highway, and there's a small settlement with the name of Gaya, and it's so small that you can see by the number of households, it's just 140 households, and the total male population is six. The total population is 658, and the male population is 357, and uh, 301 male and 357 females. And the literary rate of this area is 58.67% according to the 2011 census. So, and just to tell you, Ladakh consists of all these small villages. You will not find big towns except for Leh and Kargil. Most of the settlements in Ladakh are villages only, and the size of the village is similar to what we are seeing of for the Gaya village as well. So the Chautan, which we will be which I will be talking about, is situated on the outskirt of the village. You can see on the north side of the village, and it's along the river. Uh, and this is the view of the village from across the river. So this is this happened back in 2014 when the flash flood came in Ladakh. A partial a part of the Chotan was carried away, was washed away by the water, and uh, so this is the photo uh, which represents the condition of the stupa before it was conserved. So the first process of conserving the stupa was documenting it, was understanding the materiality and the making of the drawings, and and understanding the proportions and size of this chotan. And all of the activities which I will be sharing with you are done by the villagers itself of Gaya. So this is what we understand is, as a plan and section of the chotan, and documented, and it was made so that uh, the technicalities of the stupa can be understood, and the structural analysis of the stupa was done by the civil engineers, and there were teams that wrote from Intac who showed special interest in the project. They also went ahead and arranged for the funding of the project. The Chautan is around 4 meters uh, uh, in length and breadth. It's a square base, and the height of the Chautan is around 6.5 meters. A gabion wall was made as a first process to safeguard the Chautan from the river. So you can see that the Chautan is situated on the bank of the river, and when the flash flood came, they part of the Chautan got carried away. So this is what was planned. This is what was made by by the engineers and architects of Intac. Uh, the third step was a renovation project that started with the local materials and the local craftsmanship that was available in the valley. Interestingly, the people over the village are trained to use the the local vernacular materials, and they are trained in a manner that they can build upon on these technologies and tools. So, and the other interesting thing that was realized from the project was that men and women both equally take participation in the making of homes and the renovation process as well. So, so these are some of the images that shows the building of the Chautan, and it took around like 4 months, and it started during when the lockdown was lifted in this area, and then from July 10th of July onwards till October, this entire structure was kind of renovated, conserved. The fourth, and I think one of the most important step in the process of conservation of the stupa is also of the relics and the manuscripts which are part of the stupa, and which are kept inside the stupa. So, like if you are assuming, if you are guessing what is inside these areas, so these are the relics and the which constitute the stupa, and some of them were gifted by the villagers when in the actual process of conservation. And the significance of Chautan is not measured by the scale of the built structure, but rather on the content. Here are some like these are some additional relics that were contributed by the villagers. Uh, I think the last part of the community initiative of building and conserving the stupa was in resurrection. The resurrection process uh, is done is a very sacred event, and mostly the Rinpoche, which who are the highest uh, in the hierarchy, they are the highest leaders, like spiritual leaders. They kind of resurrect this entire event, and the stupa is then kind of resurrected. So these photos are from the day when the actual inauguration happened in this area, and in the presence of His Holiness Rinpoche and the other villagers, the community people. This was opened up, and you can see, the kind of effort that goes behind making this a small change, but that has an impact that had impacted the villagers a lot. So the conservation effort by the villagers of Gaya is a unique example of community participation in construction and renovation work. It had always been integrated to the lifestyle of rural population and brings a sense of ownership and joy for the people over here. So that's it. Thank you so much.